Hey, what up, team? It's Joe Mill here with Killer Miller Q. We are back. We're going over to the Blackstone Griddle, and we got chicken fried rice. Let's go! So for this chicken, we will be using some of these beautiful looking, you know I'm bullshitting, some of these chicken thighs. And first things first, we're gonna clean some of these up. I went with the boneless, skinless. That'll get a lot of that stuff out of there, but as you can see, we still got lots of fat on there and stuff like that. I'm getting rid of all of that because I don't want nothing to do with it. And then we're gonna chunk us up some nice little pieces to marinate in some sauce. I'm going to show you what one of these looks like. It's a little bit cleaned up, and then I'm gonna work my way through that, and I'll show you what we get to in the end. All right, so now that's cleaned up a little bit. Still got some other pieces in there that maybe aren't the best, but that griddle's gonna make short work of that. But basically, I just like to get in there, get rid of any of that thicker pieces of fat, any connective tissue that's still really left, or some of those big veiny pieces, stuff like that. Some people don't mind it. I get rid of it. I mean, at the end of the day, these thighs pretty cheap when you start anyway. I get down to a little bit of product. Like I said, from there, the griddle will take care of the rest. I can easily go with just like maybe some SPG and season this up. What we're gonna be doing today is I'm gonna let this kind of hang out in a little bit of this bacons or whatever, Japanese barbecue sauce. Stuff's got amazing flavor, so I'm just gonna go with that today, and we're gonna level these things up Killer Miller style. And I'm gonna throw these in a Ziploc bag and throw this in the refrigerator and get us about a good 5 hours or so to marinate before we actually get started with our cook today. All right, those are all ready to rock. While I was getting ready to go in the fridge, I just remembered I wanted to show you the rice that we're gonna be using today. I already started this last night. So basically, this is 2 cups of jasmine rice. From there, pretty much once you cook it, I grabbed some wax paper, sprayed it with a little bit of Pam. You put this rice in there, and this has been sitting uncovered in my refrigerator overnight. That's gonna help this rice dry out a little bit, and it's gonna make it a lot easier when we go to throw it on the griddle later on. So I'm putting this back in the fridge, uncovered exactly like it is, and we're gonna let this chicken hang out and get incorporated with some of that flavor, and then we're gonna chop up some vegetables, and we'll be ready to rock here soon enough. All right, so now that we got everything ready to rock, all our vegetables are chopped, this is all we're gonna need to throw together this Killer Miller style chicken fried rice. Pretty much we got that rice that I showed you a little bit earlier, been in the fridge all night and all day, uncovered, sprayed this wax paper a little bit underneath. We got the chicken thighs that I've already cleaned up, cut up into little bits, and then I marinated it for several hours in some of that Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. Other than that, we got soy sauce, some sesame seed oil. I'll be using some all-purpose AP, some salt, pepper, garlic. We got some garlic fresh. We got some green onions, probably about 5 of the little stalks, about a quarter of a yellow onion, 3 eggs, and other than that, we got 2 cups of rice. It's already ready. I got my Blackstone already cleaned up and ready to rock. I'm pretty much just gonna get this thing started with one side burning with 2 of my grates, and I'm gonna pretty much bring it up to about a medium-high heat. I'll leave those 2 off, and that can be my warming zone. All right, so now that that's up to temp, got my chicken out, strained it off a little bit so I don't get too much of that bacharans on here and get me all stuck on. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra oil just to kind of get this chicken moving around, and we're gonna give it a little head start when we start cooking it first. One other thing that I forgot to tell you was one of our main stars of the show. How could I forget the vegetables? You gotta have some vegetables and some good chicken fried rice. Now you can use whatever kind of vegetables you like. You could have literally went with just peas and carrots. I've always been one that loved corn, and I like a little bit of mix in the color, so get the green beans in. We're gonna get this whole bag in along with everything else, and we should end up with a pretty nice batch. Plus I got a lot of meat. Let's get that moving around. All right, these is cooking right along. One reason we went with them thighs, they're gonna be on here for a little bit, so they shouldn't dry out too much. But we're gonna get these babies nice and done. They already got some seasoning on them with that Japanese barbecue sauce, so I'm not gonna be hitting it with no more salt or pepper or anything like that. And in a second, we're coming down with those frozen vegetables and some of the onions. Hey team, I wanted to jump in here real quick and let you know, thanks for following along on today's cook. If you are new to the channel, get to that bottom right corner, make sure that you subscribe, like some of the videos, and check out some of the ones you've missed. And other than that, we're going right back to the cook. Check out that color right there. We got us a little bit of char. I don't play no games when it comes to that chicken. Always got to have that handy dandy Thermal Pro out here just to make sure everything is good. I put a link in the description so you can get you a little bit of discount, but chicken's good to go. Let's throw these old frozen vegetables out here. So we got a little of that butter down. Get my little pretty vegetables down. I am gonna grab my little quarter of yellow onion, and then I'm not gonna use all of my green onion, but I am gonna use the majority, and I want to save a little bit to go right on top. A little raw, a little fresh. But we'll leave everything in there except about a handful. We're gonna mix this around for a little bit, let it somewhat start getting warmed up and incorporated. All right, that's looking good. I'm gonna hit this with just a little bit of this AP. You don't need a whole lot. Mix that up good. Throw some of this garlic right on top. And basically with that garlic, you don't want this to burn. So we just want it to get to the point where it gets fragrant and aromatic. And that's literally gonna be like a minute, and we're gonna get it right up out of there. Man, these are smelling amazing. That's all you had to do. So now we're about to incorporate that with that chicken we got right over there. Get all of that resting over there to the side, staying warm. And we're gonna go to the refrigerator and let's grab that rice. And it's gonna look something like that. And I'm telling you, this is smelling better and better as we put it together. You got that onion, you got that garlic, and you can still smell that bacharans. Show you a little side tip. When you slide it over here, throw it on one of these spatulas, make sure you don't burn the bottom, and it'll stay nice and warm off to the side. Grab my rice right now. Now for this rice, we got this griddle back top cleaned back off a little bit. That way we can get some pretty looking rice. You get too many of them dark bits and stuff all in there. I'm gonna start off with a healthy amount of butter. And basically I wanna have my whole area buttered. So once you wipe this thing down, add a little bit of oil, and then I wanna add a little bit of butter, and I'm gonna add a little bit more, and then we're gonna show you something face down. This is why you spray the bottom of that wax paper. If you've done this before, and I have, I didn't spray that before, and it becomes a sticky mess trying to get it up off of there. Literally, that fell right up out of there. Basically, I got a whole butter bath that is laying on. I'm gonna spread this out nice and thin as we wanna start toasting this. And then let's grab that soy sauce, and that's pretty much about until we salt and pepper it to the end to taste it. That soy sauce is what's gonna give us the flavor of this rice, and it's gonna give us a little bit of salt in this one. I'm using the one that's a little bit lower on sodium, the 30% less or whatever have you, but whatever you got works. All right, you see I add a little more butter. And basically all I'm about to be doing is breaking this rice back up and getting rid of all of these clumps. I'm gonna spread this stuff all around so it all gets, by the end I want this pretty much all to be brown, and I'm gonna spread it out nice and thin, because think of it now, we're actually gonna toast it, and that's where you get the fried part of the fried rice. So let's go ahead and mix it up, get it nice and incorporated, break it all down so we get rid of all the lumps, and then we're gonna spread it all nice and thin and let it get toasted. And then we're gonna bring back in our meat and vegetables, and we're gonna have ourselves some chicken fried rice, Killer Miller Q style, baby. All right, you see how we looking? I tell you what, it's damn near therapeutic going through here. Pop, 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 pop. I'm telling you, I'm in here making noise. My neighbors probably hate me, but we got it nice and thinned out. Another pat of butter in there. You see how we looking? We're gonna flip this over here in just a second. I got some more butter down here. Don't you forget about my old friend. I like to kind of have that rice up there as my guard, and I'm just gonna kind of pour this egg right down here. We're gonna scramble that up, mix that right in there. I added a little bit of SPG to these eggs, and we'll be good to go. All right, we're just breaking that egg down. I want it to be nice and dried out. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix that right on in there with that rice. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more soy sauce, and we're about to incorporate everybody together. We looking like this. We're gonna add some more butter. I'm gonna add, not all of them, just another fresh handful of these green onions. Wow. And now we're mixing everybody together. Team, let me move you around and groove you around up in this thing. That's what we looking like right there. That's money. The smells coming up out of there is legit. Only thing we missing, we're gonna salt and pepper to the taste at the end. I done added more soy sauce. This right here, you do not need a lot. A little bit of that sesame seed oil. This is gonna give you some of that authentic flavor like you in the restaurant. And we just gonna hit it with a little bit of that. Mix that in. This is incorporated, and let's get this off of here. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beach, y'all. You see what we got going. Man, I don't know if it necessarily smells officially authentic, but I tell you what, I am not mad at the smells coming off this thing right here. Man, I can't wait to get me a little piece of that chicken. I already sampled off my rice, so I did come back in there, add about a tablespoon. You know, it's a ton of rice. About a tablespoon of rice, probably roughly got thrown in there. I added a little bit of pepper, a little bit of soy, and a little bit more of that sesame seed oil. But it is proper now. Let me tell you, we about to flip this around. Let's get it taste, and let's keep it moving. All right, team. Took roughly 20 minutes. We got that thing done. The Blackstone 36-inch is undefeated. But let me tell you, you don't got to have a Blackstone to do something like that. And you could do that indoors. If you had a wok, if you got a indoor griddle, I could have did that on my Lone Star on my griddle. Whatever works for you. Basically, this is nothing but a giant flat surface. But with that said, you already seen what we put together. Everything came out fabulous, and I'm ready to taste it. Shout outs to my boy over there at Black Smoke Barbecue. And other than that, let's dive on in here. I gotta first off taste a little bit of this chicken that was marinated in this Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. I like that. It's so subtle, but it's got a great flavor to the point where it doesn't overtake the chicken, but it's gonna mix in there real nice. All right, I had to give me a little bit of everything. I told y'all I love me some corn. That's fire. There's something about the egg. Of all the things, that egg comes out. And that last minute, we threw a little bit of more green onions on there. Them fresh green onions got a great flavor too. Hey, take control of this thing, make it your own, add in what you like. That's Killer Miller Q style. I guarantee you, that's certified. With that said, I'll catch y'all next week. Peace. Killer Miller Q.